Hi, my name is Kylie Blacksell and welcome to your weekly yoga class starting Tuesday the 17th of October 2017. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy the class. So just shaking the hands gently, just flicking out, flicking down to the earth. It's a really good idea when you do this flicking to actually consciously imagine flicking down into the earth. Or out into the sky or to the trees or something like that. So flicking up. If you do have blood pressure, heart condition issues, shoulder issues, keep the hands low, or you can come up a little bit higher if you like. And that's the same all the way through the yoga class. And just reaching around to your right. I'll mirror you, so this is your right. And then flicking back up and across to the left. It's a lovely idea to put on some nice jiggy music for this bit. We're just warming up the body. Bring the feet just a little further apart and then going around in a circle. Again, keep the head above the waist if you're concerned about blood pressure, heart condition, vertigo or anything like that. So flicking out, very consciously flicking out here. And so these classes will be weekly. I will attempt to get them out on a Tuesday, but it may be a Wednesday or Thursday depending on how things are going at my end. And these classes are based on the astrology and numerology of the planet for the week. I use Pam Gregory's online YouTube analysis of what's going on astrologically. And I do my own numerology reading of what's going on as well. Just bring the feet back in. Just do some gentle flicking around here. Just some gentle turning. This is just activating the spine, warming up the body, preparing you for your yoga class. If you have any concerns about your physical, mental, or emotional health with respect to doing a yoga class, please consult your health professional before you actually do one of these classes. But I do mention the health considerations all the way through the movements. So if there's anything that you need to be watching out for, so just listen out for those ones. And any equipment that you need, you will need a strap today, just a yoga strap or some kind of like a belt or something to hold on to that's about as wide as your arm width, the two arms width. Just reaching out, a little bit of a stretch across the side of your body there. And please give feedback. I would love to hear how you go with the energy that we work on this week. I'm actually tailoring the classes specifically to what's going on energetically on the planet with the astrology and numerology. So I first find out what's going on and then I work out the best yoga that we could do to actually counter the energy that's happening at the moment. So it'd be lovely to hear how you guys go. And definitely share this with your friends, anybody that you know, workmates. You can tap your heels if you can reach back there. Anybody that you think might benefit from this work. It is free. There's no catches. I'm not going to be suddenly starting to charge you. It's always going to be free to do these classes. And just on occasion, I might mention that I've got a meditation recording or numerology readings or relaxation recordings or something that you could purchase for a very small price. But other than that, there's absolutely no catches whatsoever. I'm just doing gentle circles here with the hips. And as I said last week, I will be tuning into those who have the intention of doing this class, going around in the other direction. So if you do have the intention of doing these classes weekly, I'll be able to tune into your energy and definitely be able to say the things that you need to hear and do the movements that you'll be needing as well. So that's a bonus. So let's do some little infinity symbols or figure eights with our hips here. And let's go the other way. So this week, with respect to the astrology that's going on, we have our new moon in Libra, which is coming up at for us here on the eastern side of Australia. It's 6:12 a.m. on Friday the 20th, so this Friday. And it is in Libra. So Libra, it's the scales. It is all about balance. Just bring your arms into an infinity symbol too. So, and you can be really creative here. You can do big ones, little ones. One's in the sky, one's on the floor. Again, just watching for that blood pressure, heart condition, if you have any of those concerns. It's about being Libra. It's about balance and relationships, authenticity, love, peace and cooperation. We're also in a 2-month, numerologically speaking, so that actually kind of amplifies this new moon because the 2 energy in numerology is also about cooperation and love and harmony and peace. And I'll be talking quite a bit about that. And I'll also be talking quite a bit about are there relationships where you've, just do a little scoop under, are there relationships where you've been just trying to smooth things over, which is typical of someone with a lot of Libra energy, and also someone with a lot of 2 energy. So if you're really feeling that at the moment, that's going to definitely pop up this week for you. I'll be talking more about it as well. As I said last week, we've got Mercury and Jupiter moving into Scorpio. That happened on the 10th. And it's going to be going on for a whole year, but you'll definitely be feeling the effects of it quite strongly at the moment. So bring the hands up again, keep them a bit lower if this is too much for you, blood pressure, heart condition, shoulder, or going up over the top. So moving into Scorpio and being in this Libra energy, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about digging deep. Getting right down to the depths of what's actually really going on. The Scorpio energy is very forensic. It looks for the truth. It's absolute uncompromising honesty. And you need that with yourself. You need to have absolute uncompromising honesty with yourself to get to the truth about your relationships. I would strongly suggest that for this yoga class you focus on one relationship in particular, or a very focused group of people that you're having a relationship with of some description. Otherwise it gets a little bit too complicated. So where are you compromising yourself with that relationship? And just palms facing away from each other, open up the shoulders, breathe out, and then breathing in, just reaching back, just watching here. If you have any hernia issues, thyroid issues, just do this very, very gently, not coming too far back. So where have you deliberately or subconsciously smoothed things over in this relationship that we're talking about? It's a good idea to think of, something that, a relationship that is causing you a fair bit of stress at the moment. Because when you do that compromising and smoothing things over to try to keep the peace, of course you put yourself off balance. So we're working on getting you back into balance this week, and definitely working on finding your truth, particularly in relationships, and finding the courage to look for that truth as well. That's also something we'll be working on. Your integrity, your clarity, a lot of clarity work here as well. There is definitely an opportunity this week to shift to a higher level of being or a higher level of consciousness. Breathing in, opening up, breathing out. And just stepping your right foot to the front. So this is your right foot. Okay, so I'm mirroring you. And then hands just go up just a little bit. Again, lower if you need them to. And then back to the middle. And then right foot to the back. So we're just moving the right foot forwards and backwards. And the beauty of this is, of course, you can pause the video and sort yourself out and take your time as long as you need to work out what's happening here with these movements if you haven't done them before. And then let's go to the other side. Let's go to the left side. So a real opportunity to shift to a higher level of being or consciousness by recognizing your own truth, and definitely from coming from a place of love. Last week we did a lot of just getting you back down to earth and relaxed. So come back to the middle. You can grab a wall if you need to, or hold onto a chair. If you do have hip issues, have had hip surgery, osteoporosis, anything like that, keep your foot on the floor. Otherwise, you can bring your foot up and give it a little bit of a shake. So we have had a lot of this Virgo energy. So there can be a lot of exhaustion at the moment, a lot of overwhelm. So last week, if you really are feeling that, go to last week's video first. do a couple of those and that will really bring you back to a really happy place. Let's do circles with the ankle here. And then the other way. And then come into this one, which is sort of the next step. This is now, let's work on our relationship. And this can be your love relationship, a relationship with a sister, brother, a friend, a work colleague, a boss, something like that. It doesn't matter which relationship it is. It's just whichever one first comes to mind that a little bit of a swing here that you'd like to work on today. Definitely one where you're compromising yourself or where you've just been trying to smooth things over. Same leg up and around. You can do several if you like. You're quite welcome to do whatever you like here. But you know, to focus on a certain energy is a good idea as well. So just coming back into the middle here, let's go the other side. A little bit of a shake. And then circles with the ankle. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go the other way, once we've done our warm-up, is the power sequence. Because this definitely gives us some clear and pure intentions. Just shake out the side and the back. It definitely helps us with our harmony and balance, which is a really big theme this week with the 2 being the universal 2 month and with being the Libra new moon as well in the Libra energy, and of course moving into the Scorpio energy later in the month as well. Yeah, so that's it's also going to give us a lot of stability. So we're going to do the releasing stretch just as part of our warm-up here. What you're going to do is just clasp your hands behind your back. You're going to bring your feet to about shoulder width apart. Now if you're pregnant, if you have any vertigo, any again blood pressure, heart condition, anything like that, just bring yourself just to the height. So breathe in, and when you breathe out, just push the bottom to the back and just bring yourself to the height of a tabletop, okay, if you have any of those concerns. Otherwise, you can go all the way down, just flopping all the way down and pointing the hands up to the sky. And seeing if you can stay here for about 60 seconds, if that's possible for you. This releases deep-seated anxieties. And if you are feeling this Scorpio energy, the Jupiter in Scorpio, or if you're feeling this strong Libra new moon coming up on Friday, you will definitely be feeling quite a bit of anxiety at the moment. So this is a really lovely one to do. Then breathing in, when you breathe out, just relax the knees, bring the hands down to the floor and engage your core, and then very gently coming up and then just release. You'll probably feel quite, whoa, what was that? It's a really nice one to do. Good one to remember too if you're having any kind of an anxiety issue at the moment. The next one, again, we're going to have our head below our waist. So again, if you have any of those health considerations, just come to tabletop. So just bring your hands just to tabletops, this height here, and just do the movement in that way. So that's obviously for pregnancy, for blood pressure, heart condition, vertigo. If you have any sinus issues as well, you're not going to want to go upside down for any period of time. And if you're okay with going all the way down, just come all the way down. And if you can reach, place your fingers underneath your toes and then just completely relax the head and the shoulders. If you can't reach underneath your toes, you can just grab your ankles or your shins, somewhere like that. And if at any point you start to feel dizzy, please do bring your head back above your waist, maybe by just bringing your knees to the floor. So close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And then breathing in, imagine the breath going up the back of the legs. Finish the in-breath at the base of your spine. And as you breathe out, allow the breath to go up your spine, down your arms, back to where you started, where your fingers are touching your toes. Breathing in again, imagine the breath going up the back of your legs. Finish the in-breath at the base of your spine. And breathing out, up the spine, down the arms, back down to the fingers. If you can hear a noise, that's my little puppy dog wiggling around on the floor.
having a little stretch. Breathing in, up the back of the legs, pause at the base of the spine, and breathing out, up the spine, down the arms, back to where you started. Engage the core, put your hands on your knees and gently encourage yourself back up. That's another really lovely one to do. And then just have the feet about hip width apart, and then just step forward a fair decent amount forward with one of your feet, and then just lean in on that front leg. Okay, so if you've got your right leg out the front, so bend the right knee. Our little puppy dog's making a lot of noise over there. Bend your right knee and just make sure that it stays just above the ankle there, doesn't go past the ankle. You should be feeling a stretch in that back calf muscle, the large calf muscle at the back there. Holding that for about 20 seconds. And then coming back in. And then the other leg. So just do a decent step forwards, lean in until the knee is directly above the ankle. Feeling that lovely stretch in the back there. And holding that for about 20 seconds. After we do the power sequence, we'll be moving on to the eagle, which allows you to realize your truth. It's really good for getting insight and clarity, to come to a place of truthfulness about your relationship, about yourself. This can be really scary stuff, so it also brings in some courage. We've got some courage coming in with another asana we're going to do with the cobra. So coming back in. And now stepping the right foot to the front, keeping the right foot fairly straight, and then just walk your hands down until you feel the stretch in the hamstring at the front there. So I'll just show you from the side. So you just keep that leg fairly straight and just come down until you feel the stretch. You may not be able to get down as far as this. You may only be able to get just holding onto your knee. That's perfectly fine. But support yourself with your hands here. Just really enjoying that stretch. This is in the hamstring, so this is in the back of the top of the front leg that you've got stretched out here. And then just walk the hands around to the other side and doing the stretch on the other side. So, yeah, as I said before, I'm formulating this yoga that we're going to do today to counter what's happening with the planet's energy and with your numerology as well. If you do have a lot of 2 energy in your numerology, you're definitely going to feel the benefits of what we're going to do today quite strongly. A lot of people do have some kind of 2 energy going on, and then just bend the knees, engage the core, gently coming up there. And then coming down, so I was just looking for my page there, then coming down to the floor and going into just a gentle runner here and just leaning forward. So I'll just show you from the side as well so you can see what I'm doing. So just leaning forward so you get a lovely stretch here. Iliopsoas muscle. Just enjoying that stretch. So there's quite a few stretches here for this particular week because we're doing quite, the power sequence, as you can imagine, is powerful. It's got some strong movements in it, but all of it can be modified, so don't be concerned about that. The eagle and the cobra are also fairly strong movements as well. And now switching to the other leg. Yeah, but the beauty of Dru Yoga is that no matter what condition your body is in at the moment, what level of fitness you're at, if you have any issues or ailments, everything can be modified. You can do it to some level, to some extent, regardless of where you're at physically. But as I said, if you've got any concerns, please do, consult your health professional. So there's one more stretch before we go into the yoga. So getting a strap, it can be anything like, as I said, a belt, a piece of ribbon, whatever, as long as it's strong enough to hold
hold what you're doing here. And just have your hands about a hand's width away from your thighs. And then breathing in, just reaching up. And breathing out, just stretch beyond, behind your back of your head there. So just feeling it in your pecs here, your pectoral muscles at the front there. And then just releasing that, breathing in, breathing out, stretching back. Okay, so for the power sequence that we're about to do, if you have glaucoma or detached retina, high blood pressure, if you're menstruating in your first 3 days, pregnant, hernia, spinal issues, knees, hips or shoulders, just pay attention when we get to certain sections, and I'll indicate what, just releasing that, what modifications you'll need to be doing at certain spots in the sequence. So first I'll show you what the sequence looks like. If you have done this heaps of times before with me, you're quite welcome to follow through with me. I have no problem with that. So bring your feet to hip width apart, so just pivoting around, get the heel to touch the big toe on the other foot, and then pivot back. Breathing in, tightening up the knees, and then breathing out. Nice, relaxed knees. Move the awareness up to your pelvis, and breathe, and just pushing forwards and backwards. And then see if you can find that middle ground, like as if you're holding a bowl of water in there and preventing it from tipping in any direction. Breathing in, roll the shoulders up and back and up and back. And one more time, breathing in and back. And breathing in one more time, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up the shoulders and just tilt the chin just a little bit, and then breathe out. Bit of a flick out there. And again, breathing in, lifting the shoulders, and breathing out. Chin parallel to the floor, arms just relaxed by your side. And imagine there's a string attached to your sternum and another one attached to your crown, lifting you up. You might feel like your spine's lengthening when you do this. And then breathing in. When you breathe out, just lifting up your pelvic floor. This is a muscle from the front to the back underneath here. Just feel like it's just squeezing in like a kaleidoscope. Just a little bit of a squeeze, just 10%, 15%. And then engage your transverse abdominis, which is a muscle just across where your navel is. Okay, so I'll show you the sequence first. As I said, if you've done this many times before and you don't have any of those health considerations I just mentioned, you're quite welcome to do the sequence with me. Otherwise, watch the original one, and then I'll show you some modifications as well. So we breathe in, bend the knees a little bit. The palms are facing in towards each other. Big breath in. Imagine breathing in through your tummy and breathing out. So the hands come down fairly strongly into fists just in front of your chest. You open up your legs. This is the full version, so there will be modifications here. Breathing in, breathing out, just relax the shoulders. Focus on your right foot. And breathing in, just lift up your right toes, put them to 45 degrees out. And then lift up your right heel and do 45 degrees with that. What you're after here is a straight line from the direction that your right foot is pointing straight into the ridge of your left foot. So a lovely straight line there. So you're here, breathing in again. When you breathe out, you focus on the left heel. You push the left heel away from your right foot. Allow the hands to swing past your body and then allow them to come all the way back up the top, bending the right knee and coming into warrior two. Okay, you'll feel quite a decent stretch in this back calf muscle when you do this, and coming up into here. Breathing in. When you breathe out, you lean forward and you clasp your hands behind your back. And there's supposed to be a straight line from your head down to your back heel. Breathing in, breathing out, going into the superhero pose or the T posture. Breathing in, breathing out. You bring your hands down to the floor. You bring your foot into a tippy toe. And then when you're ready, you come up into the crane. So in this position, you make sure that your hips are facing the floor.
And the idea is to get your foot above your head, but of course there are some health considerations for this. Breathe in, breathe out, down to the floor, hands out the front into the runner, breathing in, up comes the hand. When the hand's about here, you curl up the back toes, you lift up the back foot, round you go, all the way around into a full circle and then into your beamer. Here you check that the hips and the chest are facing outwards. Breathing in and then breathing out. That hand continues to come down, straighten up the feet and then back down to the floor. So you can go through that one as slowly as you like, watching it over and over again if you like, and then just walk the feet back in, coming back up. I'll show you a little bit more smoothly one more time, then I'll show you some modifications. So I'll show you on the other side. So breathing in, palms facing each other, breathe out. So it's quite a strong out breath, blowing out with the fists. Open up the legs, breathe in, breathe out. Toes 45, heel 45. Breathe in. When you breathe out, that back heel pushes away. Circle the arms, lean in into your warrior two. So that back heel needs to be touching the floor. Your hips, chest are facing the direction of your foot. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Get yourself steady. Breathing in, up you go. Just breathing naturally while you're up there in the crane. Breathing in and out, down into your runner. Breathing in, hand gets to about here, curl up the toes, up comes the foot, round you go. So as I said, this is quite a strong sequence, but there's lots of modifications that you can do for this. Breathing in and out. Opening up and down. Okay, so modifications. At the beginning, if you have blood pressure, heart condition, shoulder issues, bring the hands much lower so don't have them all the way up there. Come in. If you have glaucoma, detached retina, menstruating first 3 days, if you're pregnant, bring the feet in a lot more shallow, okay? So don't go out quite so far when you go into the warrior, okay? And when you come around, again, you can just have your hands here instead of up higher. All right, so that's a modification here. For the T, okay, so when we go into this movement and into the T, so the full T is that, okay? So you may already be modified here. You can bring the hands in. You're not going to do this T movement, if you've got detached retina, if you're pregnant, hernia or spinal problems, okay? So just steer clear of the T there and the beamer being the one at the end when you go into this, okay? So modification will be, you can be very, very shallow and just have your hands here for the T, and the beamer, when we get to the beamer, I shall show you the modifications for all that. So we're shallow already. Instead of going down into your full, your crane, okay, which is the feet on the floor and coming up like this, okay, you can just keep the foot on the floor, that's one option. If you're able to get your head below your waist, you can place your hands on your knee and just lean forward. That will also be an option. You can also have a chair in front of you and just lift, or a bolster, and you can just get yourself a little bit more height when you're going up, okay? Just so you're not going down quite so far. Instead of going down into your full runner and doing this movement, okay, which is quite a strong movement, okay, you can be standing. Okay, so again, for any of those conditions we were talking about, you could just be here like this, ready for your movement. Hand comes up, it can be quite shallow. Move the feet around, place the hand here, and again, for the beamer, just this. Or this if it's okay for you, but putting some weight here on your knee so you don't have any concerns there. And then just hand comes down. Rest like that, okay? All right, so let's have a go at the power sequence. If you have any concerns at any point, if you need to stop at any point, please do.
Don't feel like you have to push through this. This is fantastic for giving you very pure and clear intentions, vitality and enthusiasm for success. Gives you integrity and more meaningful relationships. That's another reason why I'm doing this sequence today, because this is all about relationships. We're in the Libra energy, we're about to go into the Scorpio energy, and we're really forensically analysing our relationships at the moment. Or that's what the energy is asking us to do. So this is actually going to help with that. Gives us stability, harmony and balance as well, which is great because we're having a 2-month and we're in Libra. So 2 good reasons to be talking about stability, harmony and balance. So think about that energy as you're doing your power sequence. And that was just my dog chasing a fly. So back into your Tadasana as we did before. So just checking that hip width apart, nice soft knees. The shoulders are back, chin parallel to the floor, arms just relaxed. Engage the core, so breathe in, breathing out, lift up the pelvic floor and engage this section here. All right, let's go for it. So breathing in, you can modify if you need to, and you can go back through the modifications if you need to. Big breath in, breathing out. Okay, fists. Breathing in, opening up the legs, arms up. Breathing out, 45 degrees with your right toes, 45 degrees with your right heel. Lovely straight line there. Breathing in, nice soft elbows here. Breathing out, watch that back heel, let it push away. Swing the arms down and then into your warrior 2. So notice the knees above the heel, the back heel's on the floor, and my hips and chest are facing the direction of my knee. Breathing in and out. Straight line from the head down to the back heel. Breathing in, breathing out. And please modify this T if you need to. Breathing in, breathing out. Hands down to the floor. You create an equilateral triangle with your 2 hands and your foot on the floor. Bending that front knee. Getting on your tippy toes if you're going to go into the full version. Breathing in, breathing out, engage your core quite strongly. And then lifting up with the next in-breath. Hips facing the floor. Letting go. This is a fantastic asana for letting go. Releasing all of that stuff, all that relationship stuff. Breathe in, breathing out. Down into your runner. In and out. Breathing in, up comes the hand. When it gets to here on the toes, push yourself up if that's okay for you. Full circle again into your beamer. And modifying if you need to, going back to the modifications. Hips and chest facing outwards, towards the front there. Breathing in and out. Up and down. Walk the feet back in towards each other. Breathing in, breathing out. Engage the core. Walk the hands up. Keep the knees bent. Come back up. Breathing in and out. Opening up again. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice relaxed arms. Left toes 45, heel 45. Lovely straight line there. Breathing in, breathing out. Push the heel away. Coming into your warrior 2. Feel the strength of this warrior. It's a very base chakra movement. Gives you that stability, that poise, that harmony, that balance. Start to feel that. Breathing in, breathing out. I was almost going to do the warriors today, actually. So we've kind of got a warrior embedded in our sequence. Breathing in and out. Feel the strength in this posture. Breathing in and out, down to the floor. Adjust yourself, engage the core, breathe in, breathe out, pull the core up. Breathe in again, up comes the leg. Letting go. Think about this relationship you're working on today. What have you got to let go of? The need to be right. Breathing in, breathing out. Down to the floor. Breathe in and out. And in, up comes the hand, curl up the toes, push up, and over we go. Breathe in and out. Open up and out. Walk the hands back in towards each other, the feet, sorry. Breathe in, breathe out, engage your core. You can walk your hands back up, back into this position. All right, this time we're going to go through a little bit more smoothly. I usually go through twice when we do a sequence like this. Gives you an opportunity to sort of get into the rhythm, okay? So let's see how we go here. Make sure you drink plenty of water, by the way. So breathing in, I won't do much talking here. And out. Breathing in and out. Toes 45, heel 45. In and out. Watch that back heel, push it away into your warrior. Feel the strength, feel the stability, feel that poise and that harmony. Feel your 2 or your Libra energy coming back into balance. Breathing in and out. Straight line from the head to the back heel. Breathing in and out. In and out. Get yourself nice and steady there. Breathing in, breathing out, engage your core. Breathe in. Hips facing the floor, letting go. Breathe it out. Breathe in and out. In and out. In. Curl up the toe. Round you go. In the beamer. Breathing in and out. In and out. Walk the feet back in towards each other. Breathe in and out, engage your core. Walk the hands up. Keep the knees bent. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In, toes 45, heel 45. Breathe in and out. Going into your warrior. Start to feel very safe about what's going on at the moment. Feel safe to actually adjust this relationship that you're working on. To look deeply, to forensically pull it apart and work out what it is you're doing that's not working for you. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. What can you change? What can you let go of that can actually make your relationship more functional? Breathe in and out. You may even have to just consider let going of the relationship altogether. Breathing in and out. Let go. Breathe in and out. Last runner, in and out. In, curl up the toes. Round we go. Into the beamer. In and out. In and out. Walk the feet back in. Breathe in, out, engage the core. Gently walking back up. So that's your power sequence. So we're now moving into the eagle. And I'll show you what it looks like first, and then we'll have a look at some of the health considerations that we need to look at. If you already know how to do this, you're quite welcome to start up the eagle straight away. But obviously watching if you've not seen it before, or maybe have some new health considerations to look at. So we get ourselves to the hip width apart again, and we breathe in, and we breathe out. Put the weight into the right foot. Spread out the right toes on the floor. Bend the right knee just a little bit, so you're engaging your larger muscles up here instead of your stabilizing muscles. And then you breathe in, up comes the left knee, as high as you feel comfortable with. Breathing out, the left knee goes over around. If you can get it to, you get it to go all the way around like this. Because your left leg's on top, your left arm goes under. So it goes under, you push your bottom out the back, and you rest your elbow on your knee, and you gaze through your fingers at the floor. And then breathing in and out. So that's the full version of the eagle. As you can see, it's quite a strong one. If you have any knee issues, hips, ankles, legs, or if you're pregnant, you're not going to do the full eagle straight up, okay? You'll most likely do the version on the floor or some modified versions standing up. So some modified versions would be not lifting the foot off the floor. So osteoporosis, hip issues, knee issues, ankle issues, keep the foot on the floor and just cross the foot over if that's okay for you, if you can balance in that way. And just pushing the bottom out the back. Now for the arms, a lot of people can't do the full twist like this, okay? It's quite a strong twist. You can just go into praying hands. So you could just put your foot over the top, go into praying hands, push your bottom out the back. So what I mean by that is sit the bottom out the back like that, okay? But making sure you engage your core, because you don't want to put any pressure here on your back. You can use a chair either for the full version of the eagle and just have it so that your fingers can be supported if you need it. So this can be sort of your backup. If you're starting to be wobbly like this, you can just grab the chair just to give you that little bit of backup. Notice that my bottom is quite a fair way out the back there, and I've found my centre of gravity. So you push your bottom out until you find that centre of gravity there. That's it. Of course, if you're heavily pregnant, you're obviously not going to be doing any of those options. You could do it just standing up like this. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Or you can do the modification, which is just laying on the floor and literally just lifting your legs up. Laying on your side if you're more than your first trimester instead. Or even sitting on a chair for anybody who doesn't want to be standing. You can bring your bottom forward, cross your legs if that's okay for you. And whichever leg's on top, the other arm goes under and you twist around like this. Again, you can modify that movement with the arms. Okay. Again, if you're heavily pregnant, you're obviously not going to do that. So the option on the floor is you can lay on your side. I would suggest getting a few pillows underneath your head and literally just bringing the legs up, only to as far as feels comfortable for you, and then most likely just coming into the praying hands here like this is the final option. Okay, so let's have a go at the eagle. So coming to hip width apart again. So just check where your feet are there. Nice soft knees. Your pelvis in neutral. Shoulders back. Chin parallel to the floor. Arms just relaxed by your side. Imagine that string at your sternum lifting you up. And another string at the crown of your head lifting you up. And breathing in. When you breathe out, lift up that pelvic floor. So again, the muscle underneath here, squeeze it in. And then breathing in. When you breathe out, put the weight into your right foot, spread out the right toes, and bend that right knee. So you're using your bigger muscles to hold you up, more balance. And then breathing in, up comes the left leg. Breathing out, just resting that left leg on top of the right leg. And let your left hand go under. Push the bottom out the back, resting the elbow on the knee and gazing through your fingers. Seeing that clarity, seeing that focus, seeing that truth. The eagle is all about realizing your truth. Breathing in and out. Okay, so let's have a go at the other side. Breathing in and out. Put the weight into the left foot, spread out the left toes, bending the left knee. Breathing in, up comes the right leg. Breathing out, right leg on top, right hand under. So the right hand goes under. Push the bottom out the back. Find your centre of gravity. It is there.
Rest your elbow on your knee if that's comfortable for you, and you're gazing through your fingers like an eagle shooting for its goal, but seeing absolute clarity, absolute truth and focus and integrity. Breathing in and out. Release. Let's go one more time on both sides. Breathing in, breathing out, put the weight into the right foot. Spread out the right toes. Breathing in, up comes the left leg. Breathing out, relax the left knee. And then left hand under. Push the bottom out the back. Find your center of gravity, gazing through the fingers. Think about the relationship you want to find truth in. What's the truth about this relationship? See it through your fingers. Breathing in and out. And then one more time on the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Weight into the left foot, bending the left knee. Breathing in, lifting up and out. Right leg's on top, so right hand goes under. Push the bottom out the back. Find your center of gravity. Rest the elbow on the knee. Feel the strength of this posture. Feel your spine stretching out the back. Find your truth. Breathing in and out. So that's your eagle. You're quite welcome to have a little bit more of a practice of that if you like. So the last asana that we're going to do today before we go into our relaxation is our 10-stage cobra. And again, if you've done this before, you're quite welcome just to go straight into it and get moving with it. Stay maybe in the postures a little bit longer. So the reason why I'm doing it is again for balance and clarity, focus and moving forward. It's also to be self-confident and to feel that courage and security as well. So we're pushing forward with the cobra. So when you're in the cobra, we're going to be moving forward, but we're also getting that clarity about what is our truth, the same thing. Now, hiatus hernias, peptic ulcers, abdominal surgery that you've had recently, hypothyroidism, or if you're pregnant past your first 12 weeks, in fact, even earlier than that, I would say actually if you're pregnant, anything past about the first 2 weeks. If you have back spasms or weak back muscles, you're not going to do the cobra. Okay, I suggest you just lay in in Savasana, which is literally just laying on your back with your arms out ready to go for the deep relaxation. Other than that, you're quite welcome to come down and have a go at the cobra. So we're going to start at stage 1. Sorry if this is a little bit noisy with the microphone. And your hands are out the front, but you've got nice soft elbows here. And the tops of your feet are resting on the floor. Your forehead will rest on the mat, but I'm not going to do that because the microphone will be way too loud. And then breathing in, when you breathe out, engage your core and push your pelvis into the floor. Imagine that little mini moon, that new moon in Libra, sitting at the base of your spine. Imagine it's about to walk its way up your spine. Breathing in again, create a hollow in the base of your spine. Let that little mini moon walk up the hollow. When it gets halfway up your spine, lift your head up like a cobra snake. Keep the elbows on the floor, looking straight ahead. So you feel the stretch in a very specific spot in your back. And breathing out, just tuck the chin in, back down. And then lift the fingers and do like a little caterpillar walk. So just place the tips of your fingers at the base of your wrists there and come forward. So basically coming a hand's width closer to your body. Okay, elbows are out the side. Breathing in, breathing out, engage your core. Push the pelvis into the floor. Your forehead's resting on the floor here. Breathing in again, create that hollow in the base of the spine. Let that little mini moon walk up the hollow. When it gets halfway up the spine, again, push your head up like a cobra snake. Just very softly lifting the elbows off the floor this time. You'll feel the stretch a little bit lower in your spine. And breathing out, tuck the chin in, down you go. This time bring the hands in so the thumbs are lined up with your eyes. Again, Your forehead is resting on the floor here. Breathing in, breathing out, engage your core, push the pelvis into the floor. Imagine that mini moon at the base of your spine, that new moon in Libra. Breathing in, create the hollow in the base of the spine. Let the little moon walk up the hollow. When it gets halfway up the spine, push a marble away with your nose. Coming up, pushing yourself up so that your elbows are directly below your shoulders and your hands are flat on the floor, palms face down, and you're looking straight ahead. Breathing in. When you breathe out, just looking across to the right. Breathing into the middle, out to the left. Excuse me. Into the middle, out to the right, into the middle, out to the left. Breathing in. When you breathe out, just tuck the chin. Down you go. Now, if you found that fairly strong, or if you do have any of those lower back spasms, definitely if there's any hernias or peptic ulcers, you shouldn't have even done the last one. The abdominal surgery, etc., back spasms, definitely don't go any further, especially if you have weak back muscles. But if you're happy to go further, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Same thing, same prep. So breathe in, breathe out, engage your core, push the pelvis into the floor. Imagine that mini moon. Breathe in, create the hollow, walk the hollow up. When it gets halfway up the spine, push that marble away with your nose. And coming up, but keep the belly button on the floor. Bring the elbows in, looking straight ahead with your eyes and your face. Then look up just with your eyes. And then look straight ahead, breathing in, and then breathing out, coming back down. So that's your cobra. Okay, and then we're going to Cobra 6, which is quite a powerful one. You can watch it and decide whether you would like to do it. This time we engage our bottom muscles because it's quite a strong one. So you clasp your hands behind your back. Same thing, breathe in, breathe out, engage your core, push the pelvis into the floor. But this time also engage your bottom muscles quite strongly. Breathe in again, create the hollow, push the marble up. And this time, using your bottom muscles and your core muscles, coming up, looking straight ahead, breathe in, and then breathing out. Feel yourself moving forward. Feel that forward moving thrust when you do this movement. And then going into Cobra 7, making sure you have a little bit of room around you so you can swing your arms around. Breathe in, breathe out, engage the core, push the pelvis into the floor, engage the bottom muscles. And then breathing in, create the hollow. Imagine the mini moon at the base of the spine. Walk the hollow up. Engage those bottom muscles coming up into Cobra 6. Breathing in and breathing out. Swoop around into Cobra 7 and then back down to the floor. And then just allow the feet to go a couple of shoulder widths apart, toes pointing away from each other. And then rest your head on the back of your hands. Have your hands on top of each other in front of you. And just coming down into Makarasana. And just resting there for a few moments. Just letting that energy settle. So you've done some very powerful movements today. So just while you're in Makarasana, the crocodile pose, just breathing in, feel your tummy expanding on the floor, and then breathing out, feel the whole body just releasing, surrendering to the earth. Breathing in again, feel the tummy expanding on the floor, and breathing out, feel that release, that surrender. Breathing in again one more time, feel the tummy expand on the floor. Feel that connection with the earth. And then breathing out, release. Feel like your whole body is just sinking into the floor. And then gently walking the feet back in towards each other. And then pushing yourself up so that your bottom rests on your heels and your hands are at the front into the extended child pose. And then bring the hands in. You can do a couple of fists on the floor in front of your forehead if you need to rest your forehead on that. Or if you can get your forehead to the floor and your bottom on your heels, you can place your hands around the back. What you're after here is that lovely curve in the spine. And while you're there in child pose, breathing in, feel your spine expanding up to the sky. And breathing out, feeling it contract. Breathing in again, feel the spine expanding up to the sky, the rib cage expanding. And breathing out, feeling it all gently contracting back down into the child posture. And breathing in again one more time. Feel that spine expanding up to the sky, the rib cage expanding, the lungs expanding. And breathing out. Of course, if there's any of these points where you wish to pause, please do before you move into your relaxation. So we'll very soon be heading into the relaxation. So we're now moving into our deep relaxation. So if you're heavily pregnant, please lay on your side and get yourself nice and comfortable, cuddling up to a pillow there. Or if you do have issues with laying on your back, you're welcome to go on your side. Or indeed, you can sit up on a chair and just throw a little blankie over you and have some pillows. If you are on your back, check that you do have a blanket, a thin blanket for summer, a thicker one for winter obviously. You will cool down quite a bit because it is a 20-minute deep relaxation, so just being aware of that you will cool down. If it's the middle of summer, maybe go for just a very thin sheet, just to have something over the top of you which allows you to go into a much deeper state of relaxation. This is a deep relaxation, but it also allows you to settle the energy from the yoga that we just did. So laying on your back and having your arms out by your sides, palms faced up, and tucking your chin in just a little bit so you have a lovely long neck. Allow the spine just to have its natural curvature. Allowing your feet just to settle out to the sides however they feel comfortable. And so really allowing the energy from the power sequence, the eagle and the cobra, to really settle into your body with this deep relaxation. And give yourself permission to deeply relax. See if you can make sure that you're not going to be disturbed for the next 20 minutes. If you are new to this, you might not go quite so deeply. Your body just still needs to get used to the idea that it's deeply relaxing, and then after about 3 or 4 goes at it, you'll tend to relax quite deeply. So once you're settled, moving your awareness down your torso, down your legs, all the way down to your feet and your toes. And breathing in, squeezing your feet and toes. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, pushing your toes away from your body. Feel that lovely stretch in your shins. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, push the heels away from the body and the toes up towards the head. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the knees.
Breathing in, gently pushing those knees down in towards the floor. Feel your quads engaging to do this. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the buttocks. Breathing in, squeezing the buttocks. Feel like the hips are rising just a little bit up towards the sky. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness around to the lower part of your back. Breathing in, gently pushing the back down in, the lower part of the back down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle pressure between the lower back and the floor. And breathing out, release. Keep your awareness in your lower back. Breathing in again, gently pushing the lower back down in towards the floor. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness around to the front of the torso. Breathing in, squeezing the abdominal muscles down in towards the floor. Nice big squeeze. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the torso, up to the chest. Breathing in, pushing that chest up towards the sky. At the same time, push the shoulder blades in towards each other underneath the body. Big stretch up. And breathing out, release. And then reversing that motion, breathing in, lifting the shoulders off the floor and pushing the chest down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle stretch across the shoulder blades. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness across the shoulders and down the arms, all the way down to both of your hands. Breathing in, gently curling the fingers over to make a very soft fist with both hands. And breathing out, release your gentle fists. Breathing in again, make a much stronger fist with both hands and lifting both arms just a few centimeters off the floor. And then breathing out, releasing your fists and splaying those fingers out as far from each other as possible. Turn the palms in towards the body and down towards the floor and even a little further around. Turn the palms back in towards the body and up towards the sky and even a little bit beyond. And breathing out, releasing the arms and the hands back down to the floor, palms faced up. Move the awareness back up your arms, up to your neck. Breathing in, squeezing the neck. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness up to the chin and the jaw, the mouth and the tongue. And without making any sounds, imagine you're saying the letters A, E, I, O, U. And then opening the mouth really wide and doing a lovely big yawn. And pointing the tongue up to the sky, across to the right, across to the left, around in a circle in one direction, and around in a circle in the other direction. And place the tongue back in the mouth and engage the jaw. Allow the jaw to go around in one direction, and then around in the other direction. And then release the jaw and close the mouth. Make a frown and a smile at the same time. Push the eyebrows all the way down and lift up the corners of the mouth as high as you can. Big breath in and breathing out. Release. Then looking all over the face for all the muscles you can find. And breathing in, squeezing all the facial muscles, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, the cheeks, nose, mouth, chin and jaw. Big breath in, big squeeze. And breathing out. Release. Move your awareness to just behind the ears and all over the scalp. Imagining that you can squeeze this area. Breathing in, giving them a lovely big squeeze. And breathing out. Release. And then make a request that you would like all the effects of fear to be cleansed and vacuumed from your body. You move your awareness to a beautiful celestial vacuum tube at the crown of your head. You request the speed you would like this tube to go at, slow, medium or fast. And then you allow this vacuum tube to work its way into the crown of your head, cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from behind your eyes, your right ear, the back of your head, your left ear, vacuuming into your sinus area, vacuuming down into your mouth, the left side of your jaw, the right side of your jaw, vacuuming down your throat, down your neck. You can see all the darkness and blackness going up this vacuum tube and away to be recycled. Vacuuming into your right lung, vacuuming down your right arm into your right hand and fingertips, vacuuming back up your right arm into your right shoulder, across to your left shoulder, and vacuuming down your left arm into your left hand and fingertips. Vacuuming back up your left arm into your left lung. And then vacuuming into your heart. And then vacuuming into your stomach. And vacuuming into your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, your left kidney, your right kidney. Vacuuming into your bowels, your lower pelvic organs, your left hip, your right hip. Vacuuming down your right leg through your right knee, all the way down to your right foot and toes. And then vacuuming back up your right leg into your right buttocks, across to your left buttocks. Vacuuming down your left leg through your left knee, all the way down to your left foot and toes. And then requesting that all the space that's now being created by cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from your body be filled up with beautiful, bright white, healing light. And so the switch on the vacuum tube is reversed. And as you breathe in, this beautiful, bright white, healing light enters your left toes, your left foot and ankle, lower leg, knee, upper leg and buttocks. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your left leg. The tube moves across to your right foot. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your right toes, your right foot and ankle, your right lower leg, knee, upper leg and buttocks. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your right leg. The tube moves down to the base of your pelvis, and as you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your pelvic area, your middle torso, your upper torso, chest, heart and lungs. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your torso. The tube moves across to your right hand. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your right fingertips, your right fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm and shoulder. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your right arm. The tube moves across to your left hand. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your left fingertips, your left fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm and left shoulder. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your left arm. The tube moves down to the base of your spine. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters the base of your spine, works its way up through every single disc and vertebrae in your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, up into your cervical spine, your neck, your head, and the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into your head, your neck, and your spine. Your whole body is now glistening and gleaming, sparkling with this beautiful, bright white healing light. And you affirm to yourself, my intentions are clear and pure. I am stability. I am balance. I am truthfulness. I am safe. All is well. My intentions are clear and pure. I am stability. I am balance. I am truthfulness. I am safe. All is well. My intentions are clear and pure. I am stability. I am balance. I am truthfulness. I am safe. All is well. And sit with those affirmations for a few moments. And then move your awareness to a space just above the crown of your head. A ball of beautiful golden light is hovering there just above the floor. You take a deep breath in and all of this beautiful golden light comes from the ball, works its way into the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, this beautiful golden light showers down your head, your neck, your spine, across your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands and fingertips, showering down your torso through your pelvis, showering down your legs through your knees, showering all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Every single cell in your body has been re-energized, revitalized and rejuvenated by this beautiful golden light. And you start to notice what parts of your body are touching the floor. Your heels, your calves, your buttocks, your shoulders, the backs of your arms and the backs of your hands, and the back of your head. And you start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. Very gently bring your knees up to your chest and give them a lovely hug with your arms. And gently sway from side to side, around in a circle in one direction, and then around in the other direction. Then gently rolling over to your right side and resting your head on your right arm, and using this important moment to consolidate what we've done so far. We did the beautiful power sequence, which gave us clear and pure intentions, vitality and enthusiasm for success, integrity, more meaningful relationships, and brought us to a place of stability, harmony and balance. Excuse me. We did the eagle, which allows us to realize our truth, insight and clarity, which brought truthfulness, incisiveness to see the heart of any situation. And we did the cobra in the 7 stages, which brought balance, clarity, focus, the capacity to move forward, a sense of forward movement, self-confidence, courage, and security. And of course our deep relaxation re-energized, revitalized, and rejuvenated our entire body and entire mind in preparation for the rest of your day and for your week to come. And imagining yourself sitting in the upright position before you move. And then keeping the eyes closed, gently pushing yourself up into a sitting position. And rubbing your hands together, create a lovely warmth between your hands. And placing those nice warm palms over your closed eyes. Then allowing the eyes to open in that nice, warm, safe place. Then tapping the forehead, the temples, the chin and the jaw, back up to the top of the head, the back of the head, the shoulders, the chest, down the side of your body, the thighs and knees, shaking out the side. Breathing in, reaching up, and breathing out. Nice little shoulder roll. Lovely. So you've just finished your deep relaxation. We're just going to do a little bit of pranayam, some breathing technique, before we go into our little meditation. The pranayam we're going to do today is the deep yogic breath and the alternate nostril breath. The reason why I've chosen the alternate nostril breath is with our strong 2 energy this month, with the universal 2 month, and with our Libra energy, and going into the Scorpio as well. It's a really good idea to find that balance, and the alternate nostril breath brings you into that place of balance, allows your left and right hemispheres of your brain to come into balance, and for you to start to use both sides of your brain. A little trick you can do is you can breathe out of your nose and see if you can feel which nostril is giving out the most warm air at the moment. And then you can do the test again after you do the alternate nostril breath. See if you can get both nostrils breathing about the same amount of air at the same time. That's sort of a little test to see if it's come back into balance. So the deep yogic breath, we can just place our hands on our abdomen and just to feel the breath. So breathing in, imagine you're filling up your tummy with air. So expand the tummy outwards. And then the chest, and then the upper chest. Pause, and then breathing out, empty the tummy, then the chest, then the upper chest. So feel that lovely surrender, that softness, that release. Breathing in again, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, and breathing out, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause. Breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and out, tummy, chest, upper chest. Then just releasing that one. And we'll go straight into our alternate nostril breath. So bring the right hand up. By the way, if you do have any concerns about if you are heavily pregnant, if you've got vertigo, if you get dizziness, shortness of breath, just stick with your deep yogic breath here. Don't go into this one. So the right hand up, put the middle finger right between your two eyes onto your third eye. Your little fingers up against your left nostril and your thumbs up against your right nostril. And you use your left hand just to support your right arm there. And I'll just switch over so I can do it with you. So I'm actually using my right hand now. And then just closing off your left nostril. And again, we're going to breathe in, but we're going to imagine that we're breathing into our tummy deep down here. So breathing in through the right nostril. Pause, switch fingers, breathe out through the left nostril. Pause, breathe in through the left. Pause, switch fingers, out through the right. Pause, in through the right. Pause, switch fingers, out through the left. Pause, in through the left. Pause, switch fingers, out through the right. Pause, in through the right. Pause, switch fingers, out through the left. Pause, in through the left. Pause, switch fingers, out through the right. And then just releasing that. So of course you can go a little bit longer if you've been doing this for a while, but if this is fairly new to you, then that's probably enough. You can test, see if you've got even distribution of the heat coming out of both of your nostrils there. If you just blow through your nostrils onto your hand there, see if you notice a difference there. So the meditation today is basically just the conversion breath, and the reason why I've chosen this is it allows you to transform painful emotions. So again, focusing on that relationship that we started off with at the beginning of the yoga class, and have a think about how you'd like to work that differently. That's basically what we're going to do in the visualization. And where have you been smoothing it over, and where would you like to make some changes? We're also going to use the gesture of compassion at the same time, which empowers compassion and non-judgment, which is a really good one to do as well. So getting yourself into a meditative position. Of course, you can sit on a chair. If you do, make sure the feet have contact with the floor. So just put a pillow underneath your feet if you can't quite reach the floor, and keep your back away from the back of the chair if you're sitting on a chair. The idea if you're sitting on the floor is to get your heels lined up with your spine. And definitely get yourself a good sort of 6 inches off the floor. Get a fair decent something underneath your bottom. So a little meditation pillow or some rolled up blankets or some rolled up mats. And just tilting your pelvis forward just a little bit so you take the pressure off your lower back. Okay, and of course if you start to feel uncomfortable, please do move out of the position you're in into something more comfortable, because you don't want to be sitting sitting uncomfortably while you're doing this meditation. So the gesture of compassion is literally just bringing, clinching all of your fingers together in one little spot, and then bringing them in together. So just in front of your heart here. Now, if that starts to become uncomfortable over the 10 minutes or so that we're doing this, please do just go down into your mudra of wisdom if you'd like to rest your hands. So that's just your pointer fingers and your thumbs touching, palms faced up or palms face down, or of course coming together in the front there. So going into your mudra of compassion, and closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or just gazing very, very softly at the floor. We'll go into the meditation here. So first we'll just settle the body. So breathing in, move the awareness to the toes, the feet, the ankles, the lower legs, knees, upper legs and buttocks. And as you breathe out, allow the whole lower body to sink down into the floor. Breathing in again, move the awareness to the pelvis, the middle torso, the upper torso, chest, heart and lungs. And as you breathe out, allow the whole torso to sink down into the sitting position. Breathing in again, move the awareness to the fingertips, the fingers, the palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms and shoulders. And as you breathe out, allow the arms, hands and fingertips to sink down into the mudra. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your spine, your neck, your head, the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, allow the head, neck and spine to sink down into the sitting position. And imagine that you can see in front of you a large ball of white light, probably about as big as one of those big exercise balls. And it's kind of like a television. You can see inside it, you can see a scenario happening inside it in this relationship that you've decided to focus on today. And at this start of the meditation, you can see yourself responding in a very not so pleasant way. You're reacting from a place of anger, from a place of hurt, fear. And with that visual, we're going to do that breathing again. We're going to breathe in into the tummy and then out. And I'm going to count you in and out, because we're going to have a very short out breath. So breathing in, filling up the tummy, 2, 3, 4, pause, and breathe out, 2, just very short, pause, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, pause, and out, 2, it's like a sigh, pause, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, pause, and out, 2, pause. Breathe in, still imagining that scenario in front of you where you're reacting very much not like you'd like to. Pause and out, 2. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, pause, and out, 2. And now, just pausing that, still looking into the little television in front of you, this big ball of white light. And now seeing the same scenario, but you responding from a place of love and compassion and understanding, from a place of balance and harmony and clarity and truth, which is what we're working on this week. And we're going to change our breathing now to the opposite. We're going to breathe out twice as long as we're breathing in. And we're going to do this for twice as long. So breathing into the tummy, 2, pause, and out, 2, 3, 4, pause. Breathe in, 2, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. Breathe in, 2, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. In, 2, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. In, 2, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. In, 2, pause, out. Still seeing that same scenario happening where you're responding from a place of love and compassion. Pause. In, 2, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. In, 2, pause, out, 2, 3, 4, pause. And just allowing yourself to rest in that position, seeing the scenario going along in a very harmonious and balanced and loving way, seeing the whole relationship completely transformed. You've come from a place of truth, you've realized your own truth, you've had the courage to step forward through your cobra movements. You can see the truth through your eagle movements. And you feel that courage and that stability and that poise through your power sequence movements. Just watch the scenario going along smoothly in a place of stillness. And then breathing in, move your awareness to your crown, your head, your neck, your shoulders, arms, hands and fingertips, your upper torso, middle torso and pelvic area. As you breathe out, allow the whole upper body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your buttocks, your upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet and toes. As you breathe out, allow the whole body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Have a sense of where your body is in the room. And then very gently opening your eyes and releasing your mudra. And that's the conclusion of your yoga class for this week, starting Tuesday the 17th of October. I hope you really enjoyed it. You're quite welcome to do it as many times as you like. As I said, share it with your friends. It's completely free. I want to share this with as many people as possible. Please give me some feedback if you think of anything. I'm still tweaking a few things here, still getting used to the fact that I'm talking to a camera instead of a group of people, but it will flow a little bit easier as we go along as well. So really enjoy your week, this amazing Scorpio energy. Have the courage to dive in there and work on those relationships that are possibly causing you a little bit of stress at the moment. And yeah, just really enjoy the Libra energy. Come to a place of balance. Just start to think that you are in balance. Start to come from that place where you feel balanced already. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Namaste.